how did you become a wildlife relocator? And for those
Yeah,
unfamiliar, what is a wildlife relocator?
it's a pretty loose term, I think, that you use as far as relocating wildlife. It sort of started as a kid. It's not a generic job that you can go out and study for and get. It's literally just working with wildlife and trying to keep the balance between, you know, animals and humans. And in my case, there's a lot of work that we do around crocodiles, saltwater crocodiles. These are some of the biggest crocs in the world, and we try and keep the croc safe by getting them out of the area that they're causing a problem, and also keeping the people safe, because if the croc stays there, more than likely one of them's going to be destroyed, whether the croc eats the human or the human destroys the croc.
We see in Wild Croc Territory that you have your wife Kaya and your son Banjo with you. So, what is it like having them around for the show?
Mate, it's good. It's got a lot of layers to it, having the family out there. Kaya gets out in the swamps from time to time and helps to catch a couple of these big crocs. Banjo sits on the sideline, sort of just cheering us on and scratching his head, wondering what mum and dad are doing. But, you know, it's our life. We live and breathe the adventure up in northern part of Australia, and sort of, you know, you take it for granted a bit when you're out there, and you come down to the big city. Like, I'm in New York at the moment. You sort of realise that what we have up there is a lot of freedom and the last sort of frontier that you come across. It's great having the family out there. We have some pretty wild adventures, and we've got a few tourism operations that we take people out to and experience some of a small part of our lifestyle.
Can you talk about any moments where you've been scared?
Oh, mate, there's always a sense of fear there. You know, we get out there, and if you don't have fear, you don't have pretty heightened senses, and you know, that keeps you sharp. So there's always that element of fear, knowing that you can't mess this up. You've got you got your crew out there, your camera crew, and your men and your family. You got to keep safe. So it's got to be calculated, and you got to do it right. And you know, sometimes it doesn't always pan out the way you wanted it to, but end of the day, we usually walk away pretty unscathed.
What do you wish people knew more about wildlife, and also what they knew more about what you do?
Everyone's losing touch of the natural habitat, and that's a big thing. So trying to bring that back and showing it through the eyes of my son Banjo. He's 3 years old, and showing him, educating, bringing him up around the environment and the wildlife that lives in it. You know, we've only got one world to live in, and we really sort of got to respect that and look after that. And that's a huge part of what I do, is, you know, keeping in check the environment that we're living in, trying to educate humans that it's quite a necessity to look after the natural environment.
Where can viewers go to watch Wild Croc Territory?
So, Rob, if you head off to Netflix, it's showing there now. Wild Croc Territory is on there. It launched about a week ago. We're getting great responses from it. It's a family show. It's an Outback show. It's got every element there.
So, since we are Celeb Secrets, do you have any secrets about yourself that our audience wouldn't know?
Mate, there's probably a lot of secrets there, but that's why the secrets will keep them there, eh?